as I give you my top 5 Australian actors in comic book movies. And from our discussion already tonight, we are going to have some fireworks, I can tell you already. So anyway, would you like to hear them?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's see what we have to disrupt.
Number 5, Kate Blanchett as Hela, Thor Ragnarok. That's pretty easy one, isn't it? Like,
yep, it's real.
Sexy, strong, powerful, and very, very funny.
Yes.
I mean, I thought about this for a little bit, right? You remember the scene in Endgame where Captain America grabs I can never say the name of the hammer.
Mjolnir.
And he beats the shit out of Thanos, right? She grabs that with one hand and snaps it in the first scene we see her in. She crushes that hammer. Like, could she have beaten Thor?
Yes.
That's the question.
Yes.
She
it's not
was
even a question. As long as Asgard was around, she was going to absolutely whoop Thor's butt. It wasn't even close.
Yes, well,
as long as Asgard stood.
So that was Kate. She was unbelievable in that role. I love the humor. I particularly love her funny because she's, as you know, she's a very serious actress. She's kind of like a Meryl Streep from Down Under.
Yeah.
You know, but to see her, you know, Taita, a Kiwi, forgive him for that, let her loose and do her thing. That's our girl, Kate. So she's number 5. Number 4, this might be a bit contentious. We've mentioned her once tonight. You know what I'm talking about. Super great Margot Robbie, who is, of course, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I like Harley Quinn.
She's a good Harley Quinn. I'm just like with JP, where I'm just like, I don't want full Harley Quinn-centered stories. Though her voice acting for the cartoon, Harley, is excellent. Like, that show is the best. Another one, JP, I suggest that you watch because it's actually a genius show. Harley Quinn, the animated one, check that one out. Genius show, also on HBO or probably
I think what makes her great is the fact that those 2 movies are so poor, right?
Yeah.
And yet she has created this character who's semi-iconic. I wouldn't say she's iconic, right?
It's iconic.
She's iconic now. Initially she was just iconic as a costume for people who wanted to like be sexy on Halloween, and then she actually became iconic. Fun fact, she's an American characterization, not anything from the comics, only for the greatest or one of the greatest animated superhero shows, Batman the Animated Series. That was her only existence prior to.
But Margot, she brings it alive. And not only does she bring it alive, she was born in my hometown with the same town I was born in, which is on the Gold Coast. So
that's how she was able to tap into the crazy.
That's how she's able to tap. But she's great. We've all seen Wolf of Wall Street, I, Tonya. We all know how great she is. Third, just gonna have to fess up on this one, boys. You're gonna have to just fess up. It is, of course, the Hugh, right? The Jackman. The Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Are we talking about just superhero movies, or are you just trying to say
superhero? No, superheroes. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is iconic and will never be beaten by anyone at any time and any place on this planet, right? The greatest thing that Hugh Jackman did, the biggest problem with Wolverine, the character, right? If you think about this, and I haven't heard anyone else bring this up, but it occurred to me during my time of meditation, just thinking about this, right, was that Wolverine, Logan, is supposed to be Canadian.
Yes.
And he's supposed to be really, really, really angry.
Yes.
Those things don't work. Canadians are not angry. They're not violent. They're sorry. And yet somehow Hugh brings these 2 contrasting things together to perfection to create the best ever Wolverine that will ever exist on planet Earth. That's why there's so many movies with him in it. That's why deep down, all the Marvel people are sitting up there in Kevin Feige's castle, trying to find ways that they can bring that Wolverine, that the Hugh Jackman, back into the new mutants for the Marvel MCU.
It's days like this is why I'm so happy 21st Century Fox had to get bought up by Disney. and failed so horribly at literally everything that they did. Yes, I'll give Hugh Jackman his credit. He gave us the one shining light that was in the build of dinosaur, the dinosaur dung level of garbage that those X-Men movies were. He was the one little bit of berries that were inside that.
Him and Jennifer Lawrence. Let's move on.
Yo, what? Yo, we are not.
Number 2. We've still got 2 to go, right? 2. The second one is not controversial at all, which of course it's Chris Hemsworth. That's
that's easy. Yeah,
he's Thor. Thor is him. Whether he's fat Thor or skinny Thor, and he is so awesome. Yeah. He is so awesome that in Thor Ragnarok, when they did that little play, that play within the movie.
Yep.
Who was the only person who was good enough to play Thor on stage? Which actor is another Hemsworth? Right? Yep. Because all Australians are like Chris and Liam and Hugh. We're all male perfection. So anyway, moving on. So that's good. So we love them. We love them all. Now, first of all, before we move on to number 1, we have to give the honorable mentions. Talking about X-Men, the greatest series in the world. Rose Byrne had a little role. She wasn't a big role, but she got the kiss.
Myra McTaggart. She's somehow the Australian who played an Irish woman with no accent.
Yeah, with no accent.
Russell, I love Rose Byrne in Two Hands.
Oh, yeah, Two Hands. That's an Australian one. Yeah, and good work. That was a good one. Russell Crowe was in Superman.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in that.
Also, he was a superhero in Noah. Noah Crowe. That was a pure superhero movie. That was not a Bible movie. It was a superhero. It was a Bible movie masquerading as a superhero movie. No, it was a superhero movie masquerading as a Bible movie.
It was some kind of movie, that was for sure. I like the movie, but I don't know where to put
movie. I never knew Noah was going to be such an action star.
We could spend all day talking about Darren Aronofsky movies, particularly that one. But let's move on. Now, Nicole, our girl Nikki.
What, for Aquaman?
Yeah, she was in it. She gets a mention.
She wasn't the worst thing in Aquaman.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
She's 50. Look at her. We forgot one character we haven't talked about. That's because he's very forgettable, unfortunately. But he's making a comeback. Is Jai Courtney?
Yeah,
plays the kangaroo guy,
Captain
Boomerang. Again, he got lost in that mess, and he didn't stand out to me. I don't even remember anything he did in that movie. Maybe that's a good thing. But he's making a comeback. Let's hope they do something proper with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jai Courtney was also in Terminator. Actually, you don't want to know that one either. You're right.
Ben Mendelsohn was that small role in The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises. He's the one when Bane says, "So you think you're in charge? What did he say? So that makes you in charge," or something like that. And then he kills him. Then there's Guy Pearce in the third Iron Man. He's the one with fire in his veins and. The big bad.
You really want to use that as an honorable mention? Like that role?
He was good.
He was good. He was not good in that movie.
He was
the worst part about that movie.
He's better than Jai Courtney. Wasn't he? Still so good. And then the person who almost snuck in to take over Hella's 5th position was Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull. But the reason I couldn't he's good.
Wait. Hugo Weaving? I'm sorry, sir. Hugo Weaving is Nigerian. Great. He is Nigerian, not Australian. He was born in Nigeria.
He was born in Nigeria. I thought I was going to have this argument about Russell Crowe being born in New Zealand and Nicole Kidman being born in Hawaii. You're saying he was born in Nigeria?
He was born in Nigeria. He is Nigerian. I cannot accept Hugo Weaving as being considered as
we have to look this up.
Hugo Wallace Weaving, born 4th of April in 1960. 1960 is an English actor born in colonial Nigeria to English parents. He has resided in Australia for the entirety of his professional career. He is the recipient of 6 Australian Academy of Cinema and Television Arts Awards.
So he's not even Australian to begin with. He's English or he's Nigerian. You get no claim to him.
He spent his entire professional career in Australia.
He had 18 years before that. All right.
Yes. But because it's Nigeria, I'm ready to, because there's already one actor for your top 5 Nigerian actors list when you come up with it. Gift. So you've only got 4 to go. Now, of course, number 1, who do you think the number 1 is in Australian acting in a comic book movie? We've talked about him once already tonight.
I got nothing because you already said Hugh Jackman, so
Hugh Jackman. I said Chris Hemsworth. We talked about him in the only role in a comic book movie, the only performance in a comic that's got an Academy Award.
Michael Caine?
No.
I'm not good at this game.
Nah.
Heath Ledger.
Oh,
the Joker.
He is Australian,
yes.
isn't he?
How could I forget? He's also in Two Hands with Rose Byrne.
He was in Two Hands. He was in The Knight's Tale. He was in, that's our man Heath. Heath Ledger from Western Australia. Right. But anyway, there you go, guys. There's my top list. Kate Blanchett, Margot Robbie, Hugh Jackman, Chris Hemsworth, and Heath Ledger. There you go, boys. Top 5 Australian actors in comic book movies. Yay!
Let's remind our friends to please click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we have new videos out.
Subscribe!
God will die or die.